Let's Talk About It, the podcast show by your very own evangelist, Deborah Kasiba. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Talk About It podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Let's Talk About It podcast. For all those that are watching me for the very first time, my name is Deborah Kasiba, your very beautiful host. Listen, on today's episode, I do have a special guest with me, so it is going to be a little bit different. We will talk about it together. This guest is a powerful woman of God, highly favored. Whenever she walks in the room, like you know, the presence of God is there. So allow me to introduce Eunice B.
Hello.
All right, go ahead and say hello to my fans. Come in.
Hello, women of God. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are watching. So today we're going to talk about it.
For all the French speakers, today is your day. So enjoyez-vous.
So as she said, my French people, today, enjoyez-vous. Vous allez prendre part parce que deux fois, elle a toujours fait de podcasts en anglais. Mais cette fois-ci, ça sera en français. On va faire un peu du mélange. Donc, on va servir à tout le monde. Voilà.
All right, so today we're talking about young, cold, and powerful. And on the previous episodes, if you look to, or you go all the way back, you will find that I spoke about being young and serving God. You can be young and are cold. You are young and you are powerful. You are young, and once you set your mind to something, it is done. You are young and you are a CEO. You are young and you are a businessman, a businesswoman. So you are young and you're doing great things. So today I'm like, you know what? I need to bring a live example that I can actually show you what young, cold, and powerful.
I'm very shy. I'm very shy.
Shy way, huh? She's not shy at all. When I tell you, when she walks in the room, it's just fire. So I'm going to be asking her a couple questions. And if you have some questions as well, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section. And I'm sure she'll be humble enough to reply to you all. Go ahead and drop and chat with us in the comment section as well. And let us talk about it together. So let us go ahead and dive in.
Okay, on y va.
On y va. All right, so the number one question that I wanted to ask the woman of God here is, at what age did you start serving God? And the reason why I asked, because when I first met her, she was very young and she was already serving God. So I've been curious, at what age did you start serving God?
You can see I'm still young though. I'm still young, and j'ai commencé à servir Dieu à 6 ans. Yeah. À 6 ans, j'étais dans la chorale des enfants. C'est là où j'ai commencé, genre comme tout enfant. Hein. J'étais très excitée de chanter. C'est à 6 ans que j'ai commencé vraiment genre à chanter. Pas à rendre ministère, c'est à 6 ans, j'ai commencé à fréquenter l'église. Genre et je partais régulièrement chaque samedi pour des répétitions. Je peux continuer, je leur donner un petit témoignage pour des répétitions et autres. Jusqu'à ce que j'ai grandi dans cette chorale de jeunes. On appelait ça chorale de enfants de plus jeunes. Et j'ai grandi là-bas. Et en grandissant, j'ai découvert au fait que je devrais chanter parce que je suis allée là-bas pour chanter. Et j'ai découvert vraiment que j'avais un talent, genre un don de chanter. Mais j'étais toujours dans la chorale des enfants. C'est là que j'évoluais. Et après, il y a eu un moment où on m'a pris comme conductrice de la chorale pour les enfants. So I was there leading them. Like we had our leader, but I was l'adjointe, like the second one. When he's not there, I was
the assistant.
The assistant, yeah.
My other question that I wanted to ask you is, when did you know? Because there's a difference when, like me, myself, I started serving God in the choir because just for the sake of it, I wanted to sing.
Exactly.
I wanted to serve God, but I didn't really know that I was called to ministry yet. So when did you know, at what point in age did you know that, okay, now God is calling me to ministry?
I got into ministry at, I think, 11, when I got baptized, at 11 years old. C'est là que j'ai commencé à prendre les choses de Dieu, like seriously. J'ai commencé à suivre les enseignements, à apprendre c'est quoi servir le Seigneur. Vu que j'avais déjà des formateurs, des gens qui ont commencé à m'encadrer dès le jeune âge, ils ont commencé à placer cette base en moi, connaître le Seigneur trop petite, connaître le Seigneur dans jeune âge, réaliser que j'ai un appel au ministère et que je devrais prendre ça au sérieux.
All right, guys, an example of young, cold, and powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. So I chose the right person for
Exactly.
this. 11 years old. At that time, I don't even know what I was doing. I was wondering whether the moon was following me or not, or if the sky was chasing me,
I'm
or if
telling
my
you.
shadow. But her, at the age of 11,
Yes.
she had already discovered that God was calling her to ministry. I never expected to see such great power within her.
Aww.
She's such a small person for this amount of power. And then when she grabbed the microphone, I was amazed. I was like, wow, so that power is inside of you. And you could feel like that when she started singing, you can literally feel that this one is called, and she knows that she is called to ministry. It's like self-awareness. You know who you are. You know that this is my domain. This is where God has called me. There was that confidence. And watching her, we've been close since then, watching her grow and transform. She's becoming more and more powerful. And I'm like, hey, Father. Just like he told Peter that you'll be the rock that I will build my church upon. And her, if there is nobody to testify that this woman is powerful, I told God I would do it because I have seen it. I have experienced it. I've seen her worship where there is a bunch of people in the room. And I've also seen her worship when there was nobody in the room. And she worshiped as if there was 1 million people in the room. And I'm like, Lord, such grace. Wow. And with that in mind, I've been wondering, what is your testimony, woman of God? The question to specify was, why serve God at a very young age? What did you gain from it? What do you gain from serving God at a very young age? What is the testimony behind you serving God at a very young age?
On ne sert pas le Seigneur à un certain âge. Because if we have to serve God, or if we have to choose a certain age to serve God, it's going to be the contrary of what God said. Because in the book of Jeremiah, God said, I knew you.
Go on.
God didn't say it like when you were 11, 3 years old, 2 ans. No. Qu'est-ce que Dieu a dit?
I knew you. I knew you when you were in your mother's womb.
So, why are you going to choose a certain age to serve God? So for me, God called me. I was in my mother's womb. What I have to do is to get out of my mother's womb and start the journey with God. J'ai compris. Parce que deux fois, on est un peu confus. We don't know who called us. C'est une question de connaître celui qui nous a appelés. Si tu connais celui qui t'a appelé, tu n'auras même pas besoin de choisir un âge. Tu n'auras même pas besoin de choisir une saison. Tu n'auras même pas besoin de dire non, je vais le faire demain. You're gonna do it. Because you didn't choose yourself. God chose you. So, for me, l'âge ou quoi que ce soit, doesn't matter. Tout ce que je sais, c'est que I'm serving God. I'm serving the one who called me before
time began. I think there is still a reason, because us being young, right, as young as we are, the world is offering so much.
Exactly.
There's literally so much that the devil is putting before you that is better. You can say, being a Christian, sometimes as a young child, it can appear boring.
Yes.
So there's always a testimony. There is always the something that God did for you, saying, if not for God, then I don't know.
Okay.
If not for God, I have no choice.
Exactly.
Other than to serve this God. I must serve this God in my young age. So what is that testimony for you?
I'm going to share a little bit my testimony today. Ma naissance, c'est vraiment un témoignage, because à chaque fois que je demande à ma maman comment j'étais née, like she always got in tears, telling me the story of the way she got pregnant. Yeah. So, je suis dans une famille de 7 personnes. Je suis la 7e. But the space between entre moi et mon frère est de 6 ans.
Okay.
So my mom, she always tell me like, je ne savais même pas que tu allais venir. For me, your big brother was the last, like son dernier enfant. And then after 6 years, après 6 ans, she realized that she was pregnant. And then she got pregnant quand elle est arrivée au moment de donner naissance. And then she said, elle est allée à l'hôpital, but she went in coma for 1 month. Wow. 1 month. She was in, like, elle était dans le coma. The doctors was checking to see if the baby was good. Elle était en train de donner naissance. He was not irregular, like he was not regular. Like, les enfants viennent, like, ils donnent leur tête. But for me, I came like, my legs came first. And then it was very difficult. Elle m'a mise au monde et je suis née, j'avais une fracture du côté droite. J'ai eu une fracture. So, a little baby, la petite fille, elle est née avec une fracture. J'étais bandée because le docteur devrait vraiment pousser pour me tirer. C'était déjà là. Et après ça, ma maman n'avait plus de force. Elle est rentrée dans le coma. Et c'était une autre personne qui me gardait. My mother's sister. Elle était en train de me garder. Ma maman a fait 1 mois et 7 jours dans le coma. Et après, elle est ressortie. Et on est allé à la maison. Et elle m'a toujours dit que en grandissant, il y avait beaucoup d'attaques. Il y avait vraiment beaucoup d'attaques, beaucoup de maladies. Mais le Seigneur ne faisait que parler dans la bouche de plusieurs personnes. Que cette fille, il y a quelque chose sur cet enfant. Il y a quelque chose sur cet enfant. Et je me rappelle à l'âge de 7 ans, elle m'a dit que... Non, même pas 7 ans. À l'âge de 2 ans ou 3 ans, j'étais malade. Et j'ai eu des trucs qui ont poussé sur ma gorge. Genre des boutons, des abcès qui ont poussé sur ma gorge. Et je ne pouvais pas parler, ni pleurer, ni manger. Toute la nuit, je ne pouvais que souffrir des douleurs. Et elle m'a rappelé, elle a dit, quand ça poussait sur ton cou, ça a aussi poussé sur la tête, on a coupé les cheveux. À chaque fois qu'elle dit toujours un petit bébé, mais avec beaucoup de trucs sur son corps, elle me disait qu'elle pouvait sentir ma douleur, mais elle ne pouvait pas prendre cette douleur pour elle. Elle ne faisait que pleurer parce que je ne pouvais pas pleurer. Si je pleure, j'avais des douleurs. Si je mange, j'avais des douleurs. Like, j'étais souffrance. Like, j'étais en train de souffrir. Je souffrais avec ces douleurs. Mais on est allé à l'hôpital pour les soigner. Et à chaque fois qu'on était en train de presser sur ça et rentrer à la maison, c'est comme si ça revenait encore. On dirait que c'était en train de devenir worse. But ma maman, elle chante aussi. And she's an MD. So elle est dans son église, ça fait longtemps, là où j'ai grandi, Parole Vivante. Et elle était conductrice et puis intercesseuse. Après avoir marché avec moi à l'hôpital et autres sans trouver de solution, elle a décidé, elle a demandé au pasteur. À un moment, leur église they had to move pour aller dans une autre église. Et le temps où ils étaient en train de chercher un building pour to move in a new building, elle a dit, vous pouvez prendre les séances, those time of intercession. Elle a suggéré au pasteur, elle a dit, le temps que vous êtes en train de chercher une église, vous pouvez prendre les moments d'intercession parce qu'ils avaient toujours de prières matinales. I know back in Congo, we have those prayers like in the morning, 5 a.m. Beaucoup d'églises, ils ont ce genre de prières. Elle a dit, comme on n'a pas d'endroit, vous allez commencer à venir le faire dans ma maison.
Wow.
So, leur séance de prière s'est passée chez nous à la maison. Et c'était ça. That was the cure for me. That was the cure for me. Le time, il venait passer à la maison, en train de prier. Like, maman a dit qu'elle ne pouvait plus rien me donner parce qu'elle a pu essayer à me donner de médicaments, ça ne marchait pas. Elle a décidé de laisser. But elle a réalisé que le temps où l'église venait prier à la maison, I was getting better. Wow. J'étais en train de guérir. And then finally, les choses ont disparu comme ça. Totalement comme ça. And I used to be my mother's best friend. À chaque fois qu'elle partait, à chaque fois qu'elle partait aller à la répétition, je la suivais toujours. And she would be there, practicing those songs, les chansons des dimanches. And then j'étais là around them playing. But she just realized that toutes les chansons qu'ils étaient en train de chanter,
It's inside your head.
Yes.
You remembered.
Je pouvais le chanter de A à Z, de A à Z, de A à Z. And then, one day, in a Sunday school, dans le culte des enfants, on a demandé qui peut chanter, genre, you know, on avait l'habitude de faire comme un culte de grandes personnes, mais des enfants. Exhortation, worship, and then le pasteur a demandé parmi les enfants qui peut chanter, and then I was like, me, je vais chanter. And then quand je suis passée pour chanter, j'ai chanté toutes les chansons que they used to sing in le culte de grandes personnes. Je chantais, and then at the end, the pastor called me. At that time, he gave me 100 francs. 100 francs. He said, this is my gift for you, but I need to pray for you. Je dois imposer mes mains sur toi. Et j'ai jamais oublié ce jour. Le pasteur a prié pour moi. Et I still remember those words. He said to God, il a dit, Lord, I know she's called. I know you called her. Voilà pourquoi il y a beaucoup de combats. But toi qui l'as amenée, you will be the one who's gonna keep her safe. Please, keep her gifts. Si tu l'as appelée à chanter, and then he declared, he said, à partir de maintenant, que ça commence. And I remember since that day.
Wow.
If I have to continue with some testimonies, you're gonna cry, so I'm gonna stop there.
Well, we don't want to cry today. Wow, what a testimony. Such a powerful testimony. So you were 14. As I hear this saying a lot. They say that the devil doesn't fight those that have nothing.
Exactly.
If you don't have a star, just like Jesus, he was fought because he had something as a baby. They wanted to kill him because he was going to save the whole world.
Exactly.
And you are going to save souls. You're already saving souls. You're already impacting generations. So the devil really was on you. He wanted to kill you as a child because that's when it's easy to kill something when it's an infant.
Yes.
Wow. Your mom really carried power within her.
Yep.
Wow, that's really powerful.
Exactly.
So that's it. That's a testimony, guys. I literally knew. I'm like, there is something behind this woman of God. There is a testimony, and I have to hear it one day. And today was the day.
Today is the day.
Wow. I was wondering all this time, I'm like, what is it that makes her remain? What is it that keeps you in the presence of God? What is it that, there is no other way? Like Eunice, she loves God. There is nobody that loves God like this girl right here. She loves God. She is there for God. If he has anything to do with God, she is there. All right, let us go ahead and move on to the next question. What advice can you give to the young generation? And this right here is the last question. The last question, and it has a few questions within itself. So what advice can you give to the young generation? Number one, to those that feel a call upon their lives but don't know how to start yet. Number two, those that are stuck in between, desiring to serve God but don't want to miss out on the world. Number three, and those that feel like it's too late to serve God. They feel like they've done too much damage and God will not accept them again.
Comme je l'ai dit au début, the one who called you is going to show you the way. Yes, because he's the God who, like the God who gives the visions. He's going to provide the provisions. Like, yeah. The God who gave you the house is going to provide the food. So, je veux dire à la personne qui sent que tu as quelque chose, tu as un appel de Dieu, but you don't know how to start. You don't have that courage, or you don't have those people who are going to push you. Like, je veux juste te parler. I'm going to talk about one person in the Bible. Anna gave her son like as a sacrifice because the name of Samuel, I think the meaning is a gift. He gave back the gift to God. Après que Anne puisse accoucher, il a remis l'enfant au temple. And then l'appel de Dieu a commencé. Et il y avait de nuits où il entendait de voix Samuel. But Samuel thought he was the prophet. C'est le prophète qui était en train de lui appeler. But the prophet knew that God is about to start working with you. And then le prophète lui a dit, va dormir. Le temps que tu vas entendre encore pour unième fois cet appel, I want you to respond back. Here I am, Lord. Your servant is ready. So, je veux juste dire à cette personne qui se sent, je ne sais pas, genre tu te sens peut-être découragé ou tu ne sais pas par où commencer. Je veux juste te demander to surrender. Dieu ne travaille pas avec ceux qui ont de capacités ou qui que ce soit. Il a juste besoin de ta disponibilité. Il veut d'abord voir your willing, like ton vouloir, tu veux le faire. Et tu verras qu'il va t'ouvrir des portes. Si il a vraiment mis cet appel sur toi, il ne va pas te laisser finir comme ça. Il ne va pas te laisser, tu ne vas pas partir comme ça sans que tu ne puisses faire même une chose, sans que tu ne puisses exercer cet appel qu'il a sur toi. Tout ce que je veux demander à cette personne, à cette fille, ce garçon qui me suit de mon âge, tu sens que tu as un appel mais tu ne sais pas où commencer. Commence là où tu ne sens pas commencer. C'est là que tu dois commencer. Voilà.
Just like Gideon, go with the strength that you have. Go with the power that you have, and God will provide as you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
The God that gives the vision will give you the provision.
Exactly.
Wow. Woman of God, you're powerful there. You said something, eh?
I'm shy.
You said something. No, that was powerful. That was powerful. When you are called, you know there is a calling upon your life. Like, you know. But you just don't have the capacity to begin. You don't know where to start. And she said something that God will give you the provision. He will guide you. It will tell you where to go and when to start. But sometimes I feel like the reason why we are unable to hear God instruction is because there's so much voices around us.
Yeah.
So my advice, if you are that one sister, you are that one brother who don't know where to begin, who don't have the courage, who is not hearing the voice of God on how to go about, my advice is go in isolation. Isolate yourself from the world. I did that recently and it was the best decision I've made so far. I isolated myself from everything that I was able to hear God clearly again. Amen. So isolate yourself from everything. Isolate yourself from your friends, from your family. Just go into that seclusion and pray for the voice of God, and God will guide you. Isolate yourself from the world and be just be in that seclusion and focus on you and God. And believe me, God speaks. He will speak. You can say, I used to think that God will not speak to me directly because regarding my calling, literally, I felt like God has not been speaking to me. He spoke through my father. He spoke through prophets. He spoke through men of God. But why have I not heard God on my own? And there was a man of God who I was sharing this with. He told me, no, Deborah, God spoke to you, but you were just not listening. God gave you the instructions. He told you in what area exactly what you are called to be, but you were not listening. And I was like, maybe you're right, maybe you are not, but I don't think so. Until recently, I started having dreams back to back. And then I started remembering. God literally reminded me of the dreams I had long ago.
Come on.
And I was like, God did speak. He did show me. He did give me the instructions, but there was too much noise around me that I could not hear him. So isolate yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's continue on the next.
So what was the second one?
The second one is, let's see here. Those that are stuck in between, desiring to serve God, but at the same time don't want to miss out on the world.
Okay. How can I say it? Those people, ils savent déjà qu'ils ont l'appel de Dieu. But they are just stuck in between. But tout ce que je peux dire, I'm just gonna say it. On connaît tous que you cannot serve two masters. And you cannot even try to get two things at a time. Like this way you have a rabbit and this way you have a chicken. So you're gonna lose everything. You have to choose one. Tu as le choix. Tu as cette capacité de choisir qui servir. Soit le monde, soit le Seigneur. Parce que lui, il a aussi dit dans sa parole, tu ne peux pas être chaud ou froid. Soit tu es dans le chaud, soit tu es dans le froid. Tu ne peux pas être neutre, like in the middle. No. Si tu es timide, si tu es warm, like, il va te vomir. Tout ce que tu as à faire, c'est de prendre conscience. Toi-même, tu sais tel que tu es là-bas. Tu sais que dans le monde, tu n'auras rien du tout. Rien du tout. Tu ne vas rien recevoir de ce monde. Parce que ce monde est passager. Ça va passer. Et la seule chose qui va demeurer, c'est la parole. Et qui est cette parole? C'est le Seigneur Jésus-Christ. Il nous a donné même. He gave us two ways. Il a même ajouté, je te demande de choisir le bon chemin. Choose the good one. So, toi qui me suis, tu es soit dans le monde, un pied dedans, un pied dehors. Fais le choix. Et je t'encourage ce soir de choisir la bonne part, qui est la part de Christ. C'est lui qui t'a appelé. C'est lui qui t'a appelé et qui t'a choisi. Il t'attend. Reviens juste vers lui.
Choose God, period. Yeah. I'm not even going to try and tell you, you know what, it's 50-50.
You can try here or choose God.
Choose God. Choose God. Because your life will be saved, your family will be saved.
Exactly.
Many of us, we are serving God. The young generation especially, we are serving God. But we have one foot in the world. That is why our lives are not working out.
Yep.
That is why your business, you're not prospering anywhere. You are unable. You are serving God, but at the same time, you're so dry.
Exactly.
You're so drained because you have one foot out.
Yep.
And in the presence of God, it's like, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I don't know any Sandra. I don't know any Esther. But you are there, the gospel day and night. But there's one foot in the world, and you know that desire.
Yep.
It's inside your heart. It's that desire which the devil is literally using. Because the devil is not going to use what's around you. It's going to use what's within you. So what is that desire within the world?
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Come on.
Okay, I'll say it again.
Redid it.
So the devil is not going to use what's around you to bring you down or to tempt you. He's going to use what's within you.
Yes.
Which is your desire. Not to go too far, but Jesus himself, after the 40 days of fasting and prayer, After he came out, he encountered the devil. What did the devil use? He used food because he knew he was hungry.
He was hungry.
He needed food. His flesh desired food. So choose God, sis, bro.
God.
Choose God. Choose God.
Choose God.
It's a good life.
God.
It's a peaceful life.
God. Yes.
Yeah, you will serve him well. He is going to elevate you. He's going to put you in high places like our sister here. She's a living witness. She's a living witness. God is really doing great things with her because every single day, a daily journey, she's choosing God.
Amen.
As young as she is.
So choose God.
All right, let's move on to the last question. Is those that think or feel like it's too late to serve God. They feel like they messed up big time. You know, I didn't listen to God when he called me. I didn't pick up the call because I still wanted to enjoy myself a little bit.
Okay.
But now I feel like I want to serve him, but I'm unable because I feel like it's too late.
So, I'm going to tell you something straight. You guys, you know why God, Jesus, is taking too long to come?
Tell us.
Because of you. He doesn't want to judge you, or he's not up there accusing you. No. He's just crying for mercy. He's just crying for the second chance. He just wants you to come back. I'm going to say something. It's not too late to come back to our Father. And we know il est un Dieu miséricordieux, very merciful. Il n'est pas tard de revenir. Il est un père responsable, comme j'aime l'appeler. Un père responsable. Il sait, avant que tu ne puisses tomber dans tout ce que tu as fait, tout ce qui t'a fait sentir que tu es sale, il sait, il a vu. Mais c'est un père qui, même si tu commets de péchés 1000 fois, à chaque fois que tu décides de rentrer, ses bras sont toujours ouverts à te recevoir. Et il nous reçoit toujours avec beaucoup et beaucoup d'amour. Ce monde nous juge, mais lui, il ne nous juge pas. Tout ce que tu as à faire, c'est de prendre ces décisions. C'est de dire, tu ne pars pas vers un avocat, mais tu pars vers un père qui a un cœur d'un père et il est un père responsable. Un père responsable n'est pas celui qui il a dit même dans sa parole qu'il peut, he can even live like 99
to save one.
So, please, come back to the Father. Il est prêt à te recevoir. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready.
Come back to God. Just like the son, you know, we all know the story. The son left his father. He went away to do whatever he wants, you know, to satisfy himself, and used up all the money. And then he ended up coming back home.
Exactly.
And there was a party. The same way in heaven, every time a soul comes back to God, the angels are celebrating in heaven. So come back to God. Come back in your service for God. Come back and serve God again. As long as you come back with the heart, because he says he's looking for a heart that is available.
Yeah.
It's not about time. It's not about age. It's about the heart that is available. So as long as your heart is available, he will use you. Literally, think about all the men in the Bible.
Exactly.
Abraham was a liar.
David
was a murderer. My God, just think about it. Gideon had low self-esteem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jeremiah was afraid to speak. He was young and afraid.
Brother Jeremiah was very young and was like, Father,
who's gonna listen to me now? He said, no, go speak. I will give you the word.
Exactly.
I will give you the provision.
Uncle Jonah, he even ran away.
Uncle Jonah fled from that. He ran away, and Brother Isaiah? God burned his mouth because he spoke too much.
So,
amen. And Paul, he persecuted men of God. So just think about all of that. It's all an example. Literally.
Talking about Paul, nous connaissons tous Paul. He did a lot of bad stuff. Especially to Christians. il a tué le chrétien, il a persécuté. Et voilà pourquoi même le Seigneur est arrivé à lui dire, pourquoi tu me persécutes? Pourquoi tu me persécutes? Mais fin de fin, il est devenu l'apôtre, le plus grand apôtre qu'on parle souvent. On parle, il est devenu un grand apôtre dans les choses de Dieu. Tout ce que je vais te dire, c'est que aucun péché n'est trop cher devant le sang de l'agneau. Aucun péché est trop coûteux devant le sang de l'agneau. Il nous a payé à un grand prix. Et ce grand prix est son sang. Donc, tout ce que tu te dis, genre, je suis taché, j'ai des souillures, non. Viens vers le Père. Il va te recevoir et il te recevra avec amour.
Don't run away, do not be. That's what the devil wants. He's telling you those lies. Oh, look what you did, reminding you of all these bad things that you did so that you don't go back to God, because he knows you going back is trouble for him.
Exactly.
You going back is fire in the camp of the enemy. So come back. Please come back. You are worthy. You are a soul that God is looking for. Exactly. He died for you, bro. So come back.
Come back home.
Come back home. I love the story of Timothy. Paul was always advising Timothy because he knew. He knew where he come from. He knew what he did. He knew where God picked him up from. And him now is a powerful man of God. He wrote, literally, Apostle Paul wrote half of the Bible.
Exactly.
All right, so he was advising Timothy that be strong in grace. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. It says, let no one despise your youth, but be an example to the believers in the world, in the word, conduct, and in love, in spirit, in faith, and purity, till I come and give attention to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. It said, do not neglect the gift that I have given you, it says here.
Yes.
Which was given to you by prophecy with the laying of the hands from the elders. So do not neglect. You have a gift, sis. You have a gift, brother. Don't let the world make you feel like, you're too young. We're not going to listen to you because you're young. Timothy was young.
Very young.
He was very young.
Actually, I just realized that ça c'est vrai, vraiment, Dieu nous a appelés dès le ventre de nos mamans. Parce que beaucoup de personnages de la Bible ont été choisis trop jeunes. Trop jeunes. Look at David. He was like young, but on est allé le oindre à son jeune âge. Like, Dieu appelle toujours des personnes. Voilà pourquoi je dis au début, il ne regarde pas l'âge. Dieu t'a appelé le moment où tu es né, le moment où tu es venu juste sur cette terre, ta mission a commencé avec Dieu. Sister, brother, you are powerful.
You are powerful. You carry so much power. That calling is that power. That's what the devil is trying to take away from you.
Yep.
So my last advice is just focus on God. Focus on God. And I'm speaking this from experience. Have friends. Surround yourself with people that are going to uplift you. Surround yourself with people that are going to push you to God.
Yep.
Because to the brother, to the sister that has a calling, they have a calling of God upon their life, but they don't know when to start, surround yourself with good people. To the brother and sister who's confused, who's stuck in between, surround yourself with good people. They will help you. They will give you clarity.
Exactly.
They will help you make the good choice. To the brother, to the sister that feels like it's too late, surround yourself with friends, good friends that will help you realize that it's never too late with God.
Never too late.
God is never late. It's never too late with Him. Amen.
Yes.
And for myself, me and my sister here, we're more than sisters. We're more than friends. It's now this relationship right here. I'm like, God, it's now kingdom. It's literally kingdom. Our conversation
exactly. I'm
is
telling
kingdom.
you.
We uplift each other. When I know that, okay, my sister is falling weak here, I intercede for her. I pray for her. I talk to her because we have come to that level with one another. So find those good people.
You said it all.
Okay.
Choose the good part. And that ce côté, c'est Jésus. C'est Dieu. He said himself, il est le chemin, la vie et la vérité. Donc, là où tu es en train de partir, il n'y a pas de chemin, il n'y a pas de vie. C'est lui la vie.
Amen.
Aucun homme dans la Bible ne s'est tapé poitrine en disant « Je suis le chemin, la vie et la vérité ». Non, seulement lui seul. Lui seul. Il a dit qu'il est le chemin, la vie et la vérité. Et j'ai toujours dit que moi, je tiens toujours Dieu par sa parole. Nous allons lui suivre pour ce qu'il a dit. Et je sais que ça va s'accomplir. Donc, come back. Il n'est pas encore tard. Dieu t'a appelé. You are young, but you are called and powerful. So, please, que le monde ne te retire pas. Que le dire de gens ne puisse pas te rabaisser. Non. You are worthy. Like, Dieu t'a choisi. C'est ce qui importe. Le dire de gens, non. Ferme les oreilles, serre ton Dieu. So, if you don't have a church, trouve toi-même une église là où tu seras encadré et tu vas garder cette présence, cette culture d'enfant de Dieu. So, on garde toujours les choses de Dieu dans le Seigneur, bien sûr. On va prier à la maison et on a besoin d'avoir quelque part une maison où tu pries, où on t'encadre. So, tu n'as pas d'église, trouve-toi une église où tu vas apprendre, tu vas évoluer et grandir. Voilà, c'est tout ce que j'allais dire.
If you're in Atlanta, our church is open to you. We call it home for a reason. So
Exactly.
come back home. Join us here. We are growing. We are becoming powerful. We are rising.
Yep.
So join us into that atmosphere. Here at God is Good Assembly Ministry, you are always welcome. So welcome home.
Welcome home.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That is all for today's episode. May God bless you so much for tuning in. And before I let you go on your way, I just did want to advise you to just go on my sister here, Sister Eunice's YouTube channel, and you will be blessed. Like I said, I've seen her, I've heard her, and she's powerful, and I want you to experience the same. So go on her channel, YouTube channel, which is Eunice B, I believe.
Yes.
Eunice M. That's
EuniceBeya.m. Yep.
EuniceBeya.m. I will go ahead and drop the link below as well. So go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. Amen. You will definitely be blessed for sure.
Amen.
So once again, thank you for tuning in, and may God bless you.
Let's Talk About It, the podcast show by your very own evangelist, Deborah Kasiba.